Hey everybody, welcome back. I would say roll out your mats and let's do some yoga, but this is my first ever video vlog and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's been going on in the past couple weeks. So you may have noticed every Saturday we've been focusing on producing yoga content for you guys so you have a practice at home. But we've been kind of doing some other things the past couple weeks, so let's talk about that. So on December 15th, on a Friday, me and the fiance got married. I don't have my engagement ring on, but I do have the wedding band. And I wanted to do a little story time with you guys. So I took some notes, and the first thing I want to go over is just some fun details, and I'll put in some video footage actually as we talk about this. But the wedding was a kind of Christmassy December vibe, and our theme was champagne, wine, and pine. We did a Catholic ceremony at 3 p.m. and then we went to an Italian villa-style reception. So our colors were champagne, wine, and pine, so like that light gold color, maroon, and pine. And we definitely wanted to have kind of like a classier but chill, smaller wedding. We had 85 guests, and if I had to give you any tips on knocking some price off of your wedding, I would recommend not getting married in the summer and not getting married on a weekday. Venues were thousands of dollars cheaper to get a weekday and also to get the winter. And also you save a lot of money on florists because essentially like the church is already going to be decorated. The reception hall even had decorations up, so we kind of incorporated this champagne, wine, and pine theme off of the idea that there's Christmas wreaths already up, there's Christmas trees already up, and it really helps to just knock down kind of some of those costs. So if I had to give you a tip that I didn't plan on purpose is get married around a holiday and kind of build your decorations off of the decorations that will already be out in the venue. We did a traditional Catholic mass, so I'll just kind of walk you through the day. So the groomsmen kind of did their thing, and Augusto stayed at our house the night before, and then me and the girls and my mom and dad went and kind of rented these Italian villas behind our reception, and we just, I don't know, like we just had a good time. I would recommend getting the hair and makeup team to come to you. So I didn't want to drive at all. I wanted everything to just be taken care of. So we had the girls and the hotel. We had the hair and makeup team booked. They came to the hotel and we had a limo to pick us up and go to the church. So everything was just coming to us and it was easy to relax. We had lunch delivered. Breakfast was delivered. That's how the place does it. So we just kind of got pampered in the morning. And then at 3, we did our Catholic ceremony. So I would recommend that if you and your partner share the same faith, that is the primary theme of your wedding. So I am going to share with you a little bit of Ephesians 22 through 23. Wives, be subject to your husbands, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. A lot of feminists will get triggered by this, but I ask you to not look at it as a submission thing. Look at it as a love and devotion thing. The church explains Jesus' relationship with the church as a marriage, as a mutual love and devotion. Love is an action, it is a verb, it is not a feeling. And that love and devotion that two spouses have for each other is so important because it is a resemblance of an even purer form of love, which is our devotion to Christ and Christ's devotion back to us. Every time we go up to receive the Holy Communion, we are essentially brides going up to the groom. We are showing honor, respect, love, and devotion to Jesus Christ, and He is showing love, honor, and devotion back to us. That is also so powerful if you're able to show that love and devotion to Jesus Christ and receive that love and devotion from him, you can also take that same love, devotion, and respect into your marriage to have that mutual love and devotion. So our deacon told us that when we are married and we are together, that we are essentially role models of the congregation's love and devotion to Christ through our love and devotion to each other. You can also see parallels of this in the Song of Solomon in the Old Testament as well. So yes, the church is the bride of Christ, so marriage is a direct resemblance of that. Obviously, marriage is only a mere small example of that, where Christ is the full relationship because Christ loves us fully as Christ, but remembering that our vocation is very high in this regard when we're called to marriage, to show love, devotion, respect to our spouse and to receive that back as an example of Jesus loving us and our love for Jesus, as the church is the bridegroom of Jesus. So I was actually the most nervous for this ceremony. I could not eat for like 2 months before. I could actually, but I was so nervous, and the ceremony ended up being my absolute favorite part. If you guys want more details, just so you know, like, this is in the Catholic Church how you plan your wedding. So actually it's the only sacrament where the husband and wife are implementing the sacrament versus the priest. He's just there to kind of have the mass, have the communion, and guide the process. So you pick your readings, and we did the two of them become one body, Genesis 2:18 through 24 for our first reading, our Old Testament reading. For our New Testament reading, we did Corinthians 1:12-31 through 13:8. If I do not have love, I gain nothing. And it's just this beautiful reading of how no matter what knowledge you have, what spiritual gifts you have, what good deeds you do, if you don't have love, you essentially have nothing. And one prayer I like to say every morning is, let me be a vessel of your love to others. So I just love it. Our gospel reading was, oh my gosh, I have to find it. And it's disappeared. Oh, so our gospel reading was Matthew 7:21-24-29. A wise man built his house on rock, because, oh my gosh, this is just such a beautiful sermon, because if people are not building through God on solid ground, they're not going to have their fruit come into fruition. So you need to make sure that you have a strong foundation in whatever work you're doing, because everything you should be doing should be done for the glory of God. So everything that you do, if it's done for the glory of God, needs to be done by God's word on solid foundation. And through building on solid foundation, through God's word, you will have abundant fruits.
Two of them become one body. The word of the Lord.
Mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing.
Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven.
You can choose. So in the Catholic Church, you cannot make up your own vows, or at least it's really highly, you shouldn't do it, because your vows are, they're so cute, I'm gonna tear up. Your vows are in sickness and in health, better or worse, richer or poorer, and these are the big things that impact marriage, where the enemy can really get in and cause separation. So they're the big points that need to be covered. Any form of romantic extra vows can be added to that, but you cannot take away, or should not take away, those basic things. We had our vows set up, so we actually had the priest read them, because I was kind of really nervous for the day, and we just said I do after. And the Catholic Church, you do like a set of questions, and then you say I am, I have, and then they ask you. So the priest read all of those. We did a full mass because, again, it is your vocation, and we really wanted to just celebrate our morals, our values in that. So another thing is that we wanted to do everything back to back because people had kids and like the little kids didn't want to stay to the whole time. So we ate dinner, we did our speeches, and then we just got everything started. We did our first dance, and then we did the mother groom, the father bride dance. We did those at the same exact time to relieve pressure. That's a pro tip. Like, if you're shy, I didn't want all the attention on me, so we did both dances at the same time to the same song. And then we got started right away with the cake cutting. We went straight into the bouquet toss and straight into the garter toss. I actually did a breakaway bouquet because I think that dating is such a hard time for some women. Some women have so much fun with it and really excel, but some women go through such heartbreak to when they really feel that they're called to the vocation of marriage. So I actually did a breakaway bouquet where I untied a ribbon and threw it, and then multiple women could get a part of that bouquet. I know it's just symbolic, but I just really wanted to include all of the people that I know that were supporting me that want marriage. I wanted to just show them, like, you can do this, girl. Like go after your dreams. Like, I receive your support as a friend, and I want the best for you. So that was important. We did the garter toss right after that, and then it was just boom into open dancing, and then at that point the kids could go home if they wanted to, but a lot of them stayed and danced. Okay, pro tip, 100%. Make sure that you feed your bridesmaids. It's a really long day, especially if you're eating lunch at 12 and not dinner till 6. It is so common for lunch to be forgotten. So please get them breakfast and get them lunch and get them dinner. Make sure they have 3 full meals. Your bridal party is not normally gonna make it to the cocktail hour, so definitely feed them breakfast. And I'm trying to think. Okay, one of the other best things that is a must-have is you need to have your partner and you agree to stay together after the ceremony and greet each table and see each friend together, because otherwise so many people are coming up to say hi to you, you'll get separated, and then it's your wedding and you spend no time together. So do that. My other tip is make sure you get a videographer, because you will, I never realized this, when you go to someone's wedding, you're witnessing their wedding, but when you're actually to your wedding, you're doing everything. So sometimes the day goes so fast and you're just trying to get everything done. You don't really process what happened until later. So having that video footage to go back and watch just lets you see it through a guest perspective, and it's just a really cool idea.